Why does every military in the Middle East and honestly even beyond fear Israel's Air Force? Let's break down the 6 reasons the IAF is the most formidable in the region. It's not just about having shiny planes, though, spoiler alert, they have the shiniest. It's about a combination of things that, when you put them all together, create something truly terrifying for anyone who wants to start trouble. Think of it like a recipe for a cake, but instead of flour and sugar, the ingredients are stealth technology, battle-hardened pilots, and a little something called "we've seen it all before." We're talking about an Air Force that doesn't just practice for war. It lives in a state of constant readiness, operating in one of the most volatile neighborhoods on the planet. They're not just preparing for hypothetical scenarios, they're executing real-world missions almost daily. This isn't a theoretical power. It's a force that has been tested by fire, over and over again, and has come out stronger each time. It's a reputation earned not in simulations, but in the skies over hostile territory. So, what are these secrets? We're going to peel back the layers on everything from their custom-built stealth jets that are basically ghosts with missiles, to their revolutionary laser defense systems that sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. We'll look at their combat experience, their ability to strike targets hundreds of miles away, and the powerful alliances that keep them ahead of the curve. From stealth jets to laser defenses, here's what makes the IAF a force to be reckoned with. First up, let's talk about their ace in the hole, the F-35 Adir, which literally means the mighty one in Hebrew. Now, lots of countries have the F-35. It's like the iPhone of fighter jets. Everyone wants one. But Israel's isn't the standard off-the-shelf model. Oh no. They took the world's most advanced stealth fighter and said, that's a good start, but what if we made it Israeli? They plugged in their own homegrown electronics, their own weapon systems, their own command and control software. It's like they got a brand new Ferrari and immediately ripped out the engine to install one they built in their garage, and somehow, it made it even faster. This customization is the secret sauce. While other F-35s have to connect to a central Lockheed Martin system for maintenance and updates, the Adir has what they call independent operational capability. This means Israel can modify the jet's software and install unique Israeli-made pods for electronic warfare or specialized munitions without asking for permission. They can adapt the jet to new threats on the fly, tailoring it specifically for the dangers they face in the Middle East. It's a level of control no other F-35 operator in the world has, making their version of the jet a complete black box to their adversaries. The result is a fighter that can fly deep into the most heavily defended airspace on Earth. We're talking places bristling with advanced Russian S-300 and S-400 missile systems, and remain completely invisible. It's a ghost. It can gather intelligence, designate targets, and unleash precision strikes without the enemy even knowing it was there until the buildings start exploding. This isn't just a deterrent, it's a strategic game-changer. The Adir ensures that for the IAF, no target is ever truly out of reach or too well protected. It's the ultimate key for unlocking any door. Now, having the best equipment is one thing, but knowing how to use it when things get real is another. And this is where Israel leaves everyone else in the dust. The IAF is the only air force in the world to have used the F-35 in actual combat. Not just in 1 or 2 missions, but in hundreds of strikes across multiple fronts. Their pilots aren't just training in simulators, they are executing some of the most complex missions imaginable, week in and week out. This isn't theory, it's a constant, brutal, real-world final exam. Think about the difference. Most pilots for other world-class air forces might go their entire careers without firing a missile in anger. IAF pilots, on the other hand, log more real combat hours than almost anyone. They know what it's like to have surface-to-air missiles locking onto them. They know the split-second decisions that mean the difference between mission success and international incident. This constant operational tempo creates a level of sharpness and instinct that you simply cannot replicate in training exercises. It weeds out mistakes and perfects tactics at a relentless pace. And this experience culminates in operations that sound like they're ripped from a Hollywood blockbuster, like Operation Rising Lion in June 2025. This wasn't just a simple strike, it was a symphony of destruction. A multi-layered operation where F-35Is, F-15s, and unmanned drones worked in perfect concert to dismantle a network of hostile facilities deep within enemy territory. They neutralized air defenses, struck primary targets, and were back home before the enemy could even scramble a response. That's not just a successful mission, it's a terrifying message to anyone watching. It says, we've done this before. and we can do it again, anytime we want. So Israel can dish it out, but can they take it? Well, this is where it gets even more impressive. Israel is surrounded by enemies who have thousands upon thousands of rockets, missiles, and drones pointed at it. It's a threat that would paralyze any other nation. But Israel has built a defensive shield that is the stuff of legend. It's not just one system, it's a multi-layered, interconnected web of defense that works like a team of goalkeepers, each one ready to block a different kind of shot. It's the most comprehensive and battle-tested missile defense network on the planet. At the lowest level, you have the famous Iron Dome. This is for the short-range stuff, the rockets and mortars fired from just across the border. It's the workhorse, with a success rate of over 90%, knocking threats out of the sky before they can hit populated areas. Then you move up a level to David's Sling, which handles the medium to long-range rockets and cruise missiles. Think of it as the midfield defender protecting against bigger, faster threats. At the very top you have the Arrow system Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 designed to intercept long-range ballistic missiles, even outside the Earth's atmosphere. It's the last line of defense, taking on the biggest threats imaginable. But here's the kicker, the part that feels like science fiction. They've now deployed the Iron Beam. This is a high-energy laser weapon. Instead of firing an expensive interceptor missile, it just shoots a beam of light that incinerates the target in seconds. And the cost per shot? A few dollars. It completely changes the economics of air defense. Enemies can no longer hope to overwhelm the system by just launching a massive, expensive barrage of rockets. Israel can just sit back and zap them out of the sky, one by one, almost for free. This impenetrable shield gives the IAF freedom of action, knowing the home front is secure. An air force that can only fight over its own territory is just a defensive tool. The true measure of power is reach the ability to project force far beyond your own borders, and the Israeli Air Force's arm is honestly very, very long. While the F-35 is perfect for surgical strikes against well-defended targets, when Israel needs to send a bigger message or carry a heavier payload, it turns to its fleet of heavily modified F-15I Ram or Thunder and F-16I Sufa or Storm jets. These aren't just fighters, they are long-range flying arsenals. These jets have been specifically upgraded for deep strike missions. We're talking about custom-built conformal fuel tanks that hug the aircraft's body, giving them incredible range without sacrificing aerodynamics. They can carry a massive variety of munitions, from bunker-busting bombs designed to penetrate underground facilities, to standoff missiles that can be launched from hundreds of kilometers away. This allows them to hold strategic targets at risk anywhere in the Middle East. There is no capital city, no military base, no secret facility in the region that is truly safe from the IAF's reach. But these jets don't fly alone. A deep strike is a complex orchestra, and the IAF has all the instruments. They have a fleet of Boeing 707 and KC-46A tankers for aerial refueling, allowing their strike packages to stay airborne for hours and cover immense distances. They have specialized Gulfstream G550 aircraft packed with the world's most advanced surveillance and intelligence gathering equipment, acting as the eyes and ears of the mission. And increasingly, they use long-range drones that can loiter over a target area for days, providing real-time intelligence before, during, and after a strike. It's this complete ecosystem that makes their deep strike capability so credible and honestly so feared. In modern warfare, the first shots are almost never fired by a plane or a tank. They're fired in cyberspace. And in this invisible domain, Israel is not just a player. It's a superpower. The country is often called the startup nation, and that same spirit of innovation has been weaponized. The IAF's ability to dominate the electromagnetic spectrum is one of its most potent and most secret advantages. Before a single F-35 even spins up its engines, an entire battle may have already been won online. Israel's legendary Unit 8200, the military's signals intelligence and cyber unit, works hand in glove with the IAF. They have the capability to execute breathtaking electronic warfare attacks. Imagine this, a wave of Israeli jets is heading toward a target, but as they approach, the enemy's sophisticated air defense radar screens suddenly go blank. Or worse, the screens start showing a flock of birds, or maybe a fleet of friendly commercial airliners. The operators are completely blind, deaf, and confused. By the time they figure out what's happening, the bombs are already hitting their targets. This isn't just about defense. They can go on the offensive, hijacking enemy drones and turning them against their own forces or simply crashing them. They can disrupt communication networks, planting false orders and spreading chaos. This digital supremacy creates what they call a permissive environment. It means they can peel back an enemy's high-tech defenses layer by layer, rendering billions of dollars of military hardware completely useless without firing a shot. It ensures that when the IAF's jets do arrive, they are striking a confused and defenseless opponent. It's an unfair fight, and honestly, that's exactly the point. Finally, no country, no matter how powerful, is an island. And Israel's most important relationship is its strategic partnership with the United States. This isn't just a friendly alliance, it's a deep institutional bond that provides the IAF with a decisive edge. The foundation of this is the billions of dollars in military aid Israel receives from the US every year, much of which is specifically earmarked for maintaining what is called Israel's Qualitative Military Edge, or QME. This policy means that the US is committed to ensuring Israel's military remains technologically superior to all of its neighbors combined. In practice, this gives Israel priority access to America's most advanced military hardware, often getting new systems like the F-35 even before many NATO allies. But it's more than just getting the gear first. It's about the deep integration that comes with it. The IAF participates in joint training exercises like Red Flag in the US, pitting its pilots against the best American aviators in tactics, constantly honing their skills. This relationship also means unparalleled intelligence sharing and logistical support. When a new threat emerges, it's a safe bet that both Israeli and American intelligence agencies are working on it together. This flow of information and technology keeps the IAF years and sometimes decades ahead of its rivals. It ensures their planes are always at peak readiness, their pilots are trained to the highest possible standard, and their strategy is informed by the most comprehensive intelligence available. This powerful backing from a global superpower acts as the ultimate force multiplier, amplifying all of the IAF's other strengths. So, when you put it all together, what do you get? You get an air force that is feared for a very simple reason. It has no weaknesses. It possesses the most advanced stealth technology in the region with the F-35 Adir, but it also has the battle-hardened experience to use it with lethal precision. It can strike targets anywhere in the Middle East with its long-range fighters and drones, but it can also defend its own skies with an almost impenetrable, multi-layered shield that now includes futuristic laser weapons. It's a force built for a 360-degree threat environment. This isn't just about having good pilots or good planes, it's the synergy of all these elements working together. Their cyber warfare units can blind an enemy before the jets even arrive. Their strategic partnership with the United States guarantees a technological edge for decades to come. Every single component, from the pilot in the cockpit to the coder in Unit 8200 to the diplomat in Washington, is part of a single integrated system designed for one-purpose supremacy. It's a machine that is constantly learning, adapting, and evolving faster than its adversaries. Advanced technology, real combat experience, and strategic precision. That's why the world takes the Israeli Air Force seriously. Rivals know the IAF can strike swiftly and surgically at any time. They know that no target is safe, no defense is foolproof, and no challenge will go unanswered. It's the certainty of that response, the sheer, overwhelming capability from every possible angle, that creates the fear. That's why everyone fears Israel's Air Force.